Hi folks, welcome back to the Emporium. So Christmas is just around the corner. The cold winter months are here, and like I say on the front of most of these videos, this time of year, best time to be gaming, stay in warm, couple of beers, get a couple of pals and play a game. So I'm going to finish the year on the Emporium off, board game and card game wise of course. There might be more bonus content before the end of the year, with a fairly recent game within this year, and this is Star Wars, the deck building game. Okay, so deck builders, for anyone not in the know, you get an identical set of cards, usually with resources and a couple of like strikes in them. And what you do is you have a look at what's called like a marketplace, an area in the middle of the board, which you've got various cards. Use your resources to buy the cards, get better cards, shuffle them all in. Each turn, you get access to better cards, so on, so forth. Okay, so that is the principle of deck building. I have my 10 cards, you have your 10 cards, they're both identical decks, and it's what we do with them during the game that makes my deck different from yours. Okay, so this is a 2-player game, okay? Star Wars, what is not to love? Okay, there's nearly a Harry Potter game up for Christmas, but I thought, no, I'm going to go with the Star Wars as to the Harry Potter deck building game. Okay, so straight away, we get that iconic scene from Return of the Jedi, and this is a Caleb Grace game, which tells you something automatically, anybody in the know, okay? So nice size little box. This is going to grab a lot of people just getting off the shelves straight away. It really is, just with like the actual packaging. Fancy Flight. I do tend to cover a lot of them, don't I, on here? Okay, so this is the back. So again, this is another one of the games, guys, that comes without a board. You just need your kitchen table, your coffee table, whatever surface you play on, to just play this and an opponent. Okay, so Star Wars, the deck building game, a game for 2 players. It's a head-to-head game, so I'm trying to beat you, you're trying to beat me. I'm the Rebels, you're the Empire, and we've got that age-old conflict. Okay, 30 minutes in gameplay, apparently. So, it says, the fate of the galaxy is in your hands. Experience epic strategic battles in Star Wars, the deck building game. This easy-to-learn game reimagines the conflict between the Galactic Empire and the Rebel Alliance in a thrilling head-to-head gameplay. You recruit characters, collect bounties, use the Force, and destroy the enemy base. Over 50 unique cards. Take control? I don't know what's up with me today. Take command. I haven't even had a sherry. Not to drink sherry, but a festive, whatever. Mine's a bottle of vodka. Take command of your favourite characters, vehicles and ships. Okay, iconic bases. Choose your base from 10 different locations. Each one has a powerful ability, Hoth, the Death Star, etc. It gives us a list of components. 10 Empire starter cards, 10 Rebel starter cards, 90 Galaxy cards, 10 Outer Rim pilot cards, 20 base cards, 1 Balance of the Force track, 50 damage counters, 20 resource counters, and 1 Force marker. And of course, agree or disagree, we have the Disney logo all over it. So what do you think about this one? Anybody out there play deck builders? I'm a big deck building fan. It started with me with oh crikey, which one was it? The legendary Marvel deck builders game, and then I got the DC Comics one, and then I've got various other ones over the years. What else have I got? Harry Potter, Legendary Encounters Alien. I've got another couple in there as well somewhere. Dominion, stuff like that. So I really do love this principle of us starting off the same and just bidding against each other to buy different cards and stuff like that. Okay, so let's open a box. He says, you see all these mad little faces out of me here? There we go. Okay, so we get the rulebook. We get a set of different tokens, purple and yellow. There's a white one in there as well. That might be apparent as we go through the rulebook. We get we get several sets of cards. Okay, so again, I'm not going to open these. I'm just going to show you them. So anybody who loves the Star Wars, which I'm sure you do, like watching this, will know. So we've got a Z-95 Headhunter fighter ship. You see the one there? That's how much it costs in the marketplace to buy. We have Chewbacca, everyone's favourite Wookiee. He costs 4 to buy. So you're buying allies, you're buying characters. Outer Rim Pilot, he costs 2 to buy. Stormtroopers says 0. I'm not sure why it's 0. Maybe can't hit a barn door. But I mean, look at the artwork there. Rebel troopers. Okay, so I'm presuming that they are actually your starter deck cards. Yeah, because you've got the Rebel Alliance and you've got the Empire on there. It cottoned on to me then, like a Stormtrooper there, 0 cost, and a Rebel Trooper. Look at the Hoth artwork there. So that is basically what you do, guys. Well, what you get in a box. And a nice handy little tray to stick all that in. So I'm going to put that over there. Then there, I'm going to put the box across there. And let's have a look at the book. Okay, so Star Wars, the deck building game. So we have a game overview. The first player to destroy 3 of their opponent's bases wins the game. So yeah, it says it's a cooperative game for 2 players that brings the galaxy-spanning war between the Galactic Empire and the Rebel Alliance to your tabletop. You and your opponent each choose a side, playing as either the Empire or the Rebels. As the game progresses, you must strengthen the power of your starting deck by purchasing cards that provide more firepower and increase resources so that you can successfully attack and defeat your opponent's base. The first player to destroy 3 of their opponent's bases wins the game. Okay, so that gives you a better outline of what I can. And so it gives you like a little example of the game's components in there. So we have 10 Empire starter cards, 10 Rebel ones, and then we have all the other different types of ones that you have there. Okay. Right, the yellow cubes with resource counters, the purple ones with damage tokens, and the white one was a force marker. Okay, so the setup. So the Rebels start on Dantooine, and the Empire start on Lothal. Obviously places that we all know and love as Star Wars fans. Rebels start with 7 Alliance shuttle cards, 2 Rebel Troopers and a Temple Guardian. The Empire start with 7 Imperial shuttles, 2 Stormtroopers and 1 Inquisitor. So they're your bog standard cards to start with. Yours are identical to mine, and then we just go along and it shows us where we're at. And this is like a line of the marketplace here. So every turn you're going to go along and you're going to be buying them and trying to defeat my bases. I'm trying to defeat yours. Okay, so this is what the game looks like, a sample game after setup. Okay, so you've got the Empire on the bottom, you got the Rebels on the top with your counters at the side, and you've got that big line there of cards which you're looking to buy and play as you do different things. Core concepts, so deck building 101, it tells you all about how you deck build. Like I say, use your resource cards, buy better cards, shuffle them in. Next turn round, you come out, use them, off you go. The balance of the force, it says the balance of the force can tip the scales between the Empire and the Rebels. During the game, various effects may cause the balance of the force to shift between the 2 factions. Balance of the force track is used to track this shifting. Okay, so the force can be with the Rebels, or it can be with the Empire, and we have a little force tracker which we see here, so that would kind of enhance different effects of different cards. And then this is the card anatomy, so it tells you what it costs, how many attacks, resources, the amount of force the card generates, the title, target value, reward, ability, traits, faction symbol, unique symbol, and I've probably made that sound a whole lot more complicated than what it is. But if you have a look at the card, the Princess Leia there, it explains to us exactly what that card means if we're going to play her. Our beloved princess, of course. Rest in peace, Carrie. Okay, faction affiliation. I like this. It's just put a little quote. It says, I've been in this fight since I was 6 years old. We all know that's obviously Cassian Andor. So, Star Wars is a deck building game, so it tells us all about it. Playing the game, beginning of the turn, and some lovely art again from the movies. So it says, taking your turn. So on your turn, you can do any or all the following in the order of your choice as many times as you're able to and would like to. So you can play a card, buy a card, use a card, attack, resolve an attack, or end your turn. Okay, and then it just gives us examples of them, and it lists down how we actually do it and how we go about that, which is always nice. It tells you how to use a card ability, how we commit to an attack, how we resolve an attack, bounty hunting and sabotage as well. Nice little picture, of course, of Bosk. And then how you end your turn and winning the game. And it says, great shot, kid, that was 1 in a million. Han Solo, obviously. There we go. So the rulebook seems quite straightforward. Like I say about all these things, just even if you haven't got your mate with you, your other half, whatever, who you play the games with, just sit there and set it up yourself and just play two-sided. So go along and play the Rebels one side, then run around the table, play the Empire the other, and just get a little hang of how it goes. It seems to me just flicking down. I'm like a learned gamer. I've played card games, board games, miniature games for 20 odd years, maybe longer. So a lot of this stuff is sort of like, it's not new to me. It's just different variations on old rules. So I get it. I can get a game just as I'm flicking through here now. But like, you know, if you are that person who's new, and hey, welcome to the hobby. It's a fantastic hobby to be in. Lovely to have you. Long may you stay. These books are great. They really are. So this one does seem to be laid out in a sensible way. Gives us a sample of the game in progress there. Any additional rules, dealing damage, destroy, how you discard, get rid of a card, all that sort of thing. So like additional rules, which I suspect you're just going to find on the cards, and you just need to look up in the book. Exile, repair, reveal, what happens when your deck is emptied. And then advanced game modes, full galaxy, secret bases, 2 versus 2 player. That's excellent. A tag team 2v2, that'd be really good for most after a few drinks. Optional rules, so you can just lengthen the game and take out various different cards to just make it that little bit different or a little bit easier. And an FAQ, frequently asked questions, and credits. Okay, so this is going to be one of them games that I'm going to dig out over the festive period. I'll grab Steph probably, and or Ali or one of my mates. We'll have a little ding dong over a few beers with this. I couldn't resist it. It's a nice little game to get. It's just something that's like what I call like a gateway or a filler game. It's one of them where you most of your non-gamer friends or your non-gamer family come along and you flash that to them and they're like, I want to play. Do you know what I mean? So you've got automatically an IP, an identity to get somebody into it. And it's an easy game to play. You know, you've got cards, you're buying cards, you're playing cards. You do the same. I come back and like the Star Wars galaxy itself, it ebbs and it flows until someone's defeated the 3 bases of either the Rebel Alliance or of the Empire. And that is Star Wars, the deck building game. All that remains, if you don't see me before, guys, is to wish you a very, very, very happy Christmas. Safe and healthy New Year. And the Emporium will be back with more board game content in 24. See you all later. Have a good one.